as I said, he's earning money and he's got a little place and he sings and he does some very. He's a pretty talented chap, but it's what he loves. He's not doing it for. Do you know what I mean? He's not singing because he thinks I want a record contract, or I'm working because I'm trying to become a very rich man. He's just living, and he just accepts life as it is, And as I said, his mother's been murdered by his father and stuff, and you just think the acceptance of all of that. He's just accepted his life as it is, and I wish I could do that. I wish I had his actually don't fear, is no fear characteristic. I mean, I'm a person to sort of fear situations. I'd rather go, I wouldn't go into that. I'll sort of weigh up the pros and cons and then go, no, he's somebody that just goes into it. Yeah, and experiences it as he's going in, And that's great, when you're, not that I'm not young, but when you're a lot younger, I think you sort of go into things without thinking about it. You just do it. And that's what he does. And that's what someone like Romeo does and Juliet. They just do it. And actually just by doing it, you experience whatever it is that you're doing. And it's the experience of going through it. That's what gives you the experience. Whereas I suppose I would think before and then think, I don't think that's such a good idea, which actually in a way is a bit boring, isn't it? I'd say he was before. I'd say he'd been through sort of relationships, but they weren't anything serious, because he's been a survivor. He's a survivor in this film, and he's been a survivor throughout his life because he doesn't have any parents. So I think for him, yeah, it's sort of like it's part of his life. I don't think it's a part of his life to get involved. I think it's just part of his life to keep moving on and keep moving. So I would suppose that, yeah, he's been a heartbreaker in his past, and until the love of his life comes along. And I don't think anybody knows when the love of your life comes along. Some people do, some people don't. I'd rather not know. I just think it's about two people. It's about two people and their destinies, and how these two people come together and their lives change through the love for each other. And in the end they have a baby, and you don't know what life's going to throw up at them after that. But I think it's the passion. It's the they don't give up on each other. No matter where they are in the world, the love for each other is still there. And it is about the power of love. It is, but it's romantic love, for each other. Well, I didn't cast for it. I think Oscar saw me somewhere. I don't know. I thought he'd seen my work, but actually he'd seen my photo in a magazine, and he said to me that your photo stood on my bedside table for months. Because I just thought, I've got to meet this chap. This chap is perfect. Because apparently he'd been trying to cast this part for about over a year. And he flew over. I just got a call, and he flew over, and him and the producer came to see me, and we had tea and stuff, and I read the script, and I was interested in the script. I quite liked the script. It was very much like Romeo and Juliet, and I played Romeo for the Royal Shakespeare Company on stage, and it was very. I loved the passion between these two people. No matter what happened, no one was going to actually destroy the love that they had, which is very much like Romeo and Juliet. They'd rather die, which they do in the end. And so it was similar. It was that sort of journey that kind of pulled me to or interested me in the story. Love is it's universal. It's not sort of it's not constrained to one particular race or culture, or, we all understand the power of love. I think there's different types of love. Coming from Ray, I think there's different types of love. There's romantic love, and then there's romantic love as you would have for a lover, and then there's the love that you have for a child or a mother, or I think love itself is if you just have love for everybody. It's not about just loving one person. I think it's loving everybody, everything. I think, yes, that kind of love is sustainable, and I do believe in that power. But I think romantic love is a type of love. I don't think that is it. But I do believe in love, yes. Very much so.